Hey folks, in this video I want to talk about how I would like to heal my teeth. It's interesting as I go along in my life, there's a lot of moments that God brings information to me, and I think the more open you are, the more the information will come to you. Um, Learning about Jesus and his story and how he healed people. One At one point, I learned about an Indian man who had no teeth and spent 3 months in a cave and meditated and drank an herbal, uh, drink. And when he came out 3 months later, he had a full jaw of teeth, upper and lower. So I hear these things and I learn about teeth and how they work, and recently I became very scared about the future because my teeth problems seem to be exacerbating, and I spoke to some friends and they told me, Theo, your teeth are not going to regrow, your teeth are not going to heal. You need to go to the dentist. And this is the sort of thing that I hear a lot of people say. And you might be someone watching this video and, gathering where I'm going with all of this. And you might say yourself, boy, this guy is delusional. Um, if you feel that way and there is no opening inside of yourself to consider a different viewpoint, I would recommend going elsewhere. Um, I recommend that for yourself and also for myself. I don't want you to direct that energy at me, and I think that you're better off taking some time away from people that you want to try and convince, who are not willing to be convinced. So that's what I have to say to you if you think I'm delusional. But I did go to a dentist, um, and I learned. I learned some things by going to the dentist. I was dealing with some significant pain in one of my teeth, in one tooth, and that was able to be dealt with, and I felt like I learned a lot. So, I thought things were going downhill fast. I thought I needed to take all my teeth out and get dentures because they're all, in bad shape for the most part. I don't feel that way now. And I've um, kind of created a new outlook on my life, and my uh, outlook is changing into one that is more positive. And I'm seeing things that can be a possibility that previously I did not see as a possibility. So, how I think this might be helpful to you is if you're in a situation in your life where you find yourself wanting something and you don't see how you can get that thing, you don't see how that thing will come to you. I recommend not worrying too much about how it will come to you. I recommend thinking about how much you will enjoy having that thing. using your imagination. You know, imagine yourself and all of your senses, in that scenario where you have the thing that you want. Spend your time doing that and see what happens. Now, what will inevitably happen is you will attract events into your life that poke at the fear that you have, the fear that you will not be able to get what you want or achieve any of your dreams. And remember in those moments that this is just an emotion. I haven't really, I can't come to you and tell you that, the best thing to do is to feel your emotions. That's what I'm striving for. That's what I'm hoping to develop in myself, a willingness and a desire to do that. But at this time, I'm more building faith. And I'm praying and I'm asking God to help me build a desire to see if there's any point in feeling my emotions. See if that's something that I want to do. If it is, then I can build my desire to do that. And at some point, I will start doing it. I will really go at it because my desire is so strong. But notice as you dream your dreams and you imagine having the things that you want to have, notice the false beliefs that come in that go against your dream. Notice the people into your life the people that come into your life that tell you, oh, it's not possible. And notice how that makes you feel. And ask yourself, is what I'm hearing the truth? Or is it just a block? Is it just an impediment that I can get through somehow? This process of achieving your dreams is internal. So I know I wanted to make a video about how I'm going to heal my teeth, but really what I want to talk about is how I'm learning to have patience and to gauge my feelings at every moment. I'm learning to motivate myself and to not give up the dream, ultimately. And I'm always asking myself, why do I want this? And is there anything that I can clear away? Any overly selfish or immoral desire that I can hopefully clear away? And I talk to God and I say, how do you feel about this? That kind of thing. And one thing I learned with regards to teeth and how they work, I've thought about how to heal a tooth that's like half broken. I have some teeth that are like, I have one tooth that has what's called a post in it. Only half the tooth is there, the part of the tooth that is in the bone. And that part has a little post in it, which is like a metallic piece that holds the structure of what comes on top of the post, which is the cap, I believe. And on top of that is an artificially created crown, which looks like a tooth, but it's not enamel, as it were. It's some other material, which I don't know what it is. But what will I do with that tooth? You know, cavities being filled in, I don't think will be a difficult thing in the long run. I think my enamel can rebuild. But what about dentin? I think that can also rebuild. But what about some of the stranger issues, such as what I mentioned earlier, the post and the crown? And what about the fillings? Will my body absorb the foreign material of the filling? And, I can just absorb it, and like anything else that the body doesn't need, I can excrete it out in some way through the blood or the urine or the bowels? Or will my body push it out? And maybe I'll just find myself spitting it out. Um, I don't know. And I continue to question, and I continue to be positive about what is possible. And in some ways, I'm beginning to insulate myself from the people that tell me it's not possible. So that's part of the process too. That's part of the process of how I will heal my teeth. But I realized that, thinking about the story of the Indian man who regrew his teeth, and thinking about something I saw once, I remember the first time I saw this. It was a picture of um, the skull of a baby, I believe. So a baby had died in some way, and you could see its skull. And of course, the skull has the jaw and the beginnings of the teeth. Now, what was very interesting was this is not like some skulls. I mean, skulls can be somewhat horrid, depending, but this skull of a baby, no less, was particularly horrid. Why? Because you could see the baby teeth, not not baby. I think this is before the baby that had died teethed and grew its baby teeth. This would have been before that happened. The baby teeth was basically above the gum, or in the gum or in the bone. It was nestled in the bone. And above that, or for the lower jaw, below that, was the adult teeth. Now, I didn't know that these parts of us, are there in the skull. But I learned seeing that picture, and you can look it up yourself. Look up a picture of a baby skull on the internet, and you'll see this. So, what I learned is that we grow. This teeth is in our bone, our jawbone, before it punctures through the gum, and we now have like a set of teeth to chew with. And when I think about the Indian man and I think about that and I put it all together, I realize that I can grow teeth. Now, as I say that, again, the people that have stuck with this video who would love to convince me that I'm completely delusional, I can feel them panting. I can almost hear them panting, hoping for an opportunity to, try and convince me otherwise. And at the same time, I also feel some doubt kind of scratching around at the back of my mind. Just willing, just looking for a way in and to take over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I see those things, and I would like to go forward. And I would like to, acknowledge what's going on with me with these things, and say that I believe that there is a way. If Jesus healed people, if the body is much more wondrous than we can imagine, if God is good and God would have us be happy and healthy and wealthy, then, with those as postulations, then it's logical to assume that there is a way for me to heal my teeth. If I go to the dentist, all the dentist can do is try and, make a temporary fix that is often just cosmetic. Okay? Fillings are more, they're somewhat for your health, but they're also somewhat cosmetic because, from my experience, I don't know if this is true in every case, but fillings, decay seems to encroach around fillings. Okay? So, the dentist can do so much. I don't want what the dentist can give me. It's just like going to a hospital and, getting treated for cancer using allopathic medicine, the medicine of the West, and saying, please help me, please treat me for this. Now, if you go to the doctor, they're going to say one thing. They're going to have you keep coming, and they're going to treat you the way they know how. But if there's another way to heal completely, to not just go into a remission with the fear of a return for the cancer or that it might be treated for the rest of your life, if you really want to be healed or cured, you have to look for the alternative means. So I am doing that with my teeth. And I started this journey knowing a little bit, and I'm at this point now in my journey, and I know a little bit more. I'm more confident than I was. And I'm going forward, and I am so confident that I know that I will learn more as I go. And what is going to bring that information to me? So this video is about teeth, but it's also about faith. What's going to bring that information and the understanding to me is my drive, is my desire, is my faith. So, if you're moved by this video, if you're touched by what I'm saying, find the thing in your life that you want to change for the better and ask our Heavenly Parent for her assistance, because that is the best person that you can go to. That is the smartest, most loving, most caring, most intelligent, most knowledgeable source that you can go to, that will always help you if you are sincere and you have faith and desire. So I thank you for watching this video, and I salute you in your path, and farewell in your journey.